Welcome back, children, to your online English classes once more. I hope we are all fine, we are all happy wherever we are. So let us join each other for lesson 3, Iswaran the Storyteller, written by R.K. Laxman. Now, R.K. Laxman happened to be a very famous Indian cartoonist. You must be well aware of him, and we are going to read the story today, and we are going to find out how come Iswaran became such a lovely storyteller. Now, just a question, random question. Do you know what are the qualities that we need to become a good storyteller? Any random ideas? Okay, let me answer for you. To become a good storyteller, you need to have 4 basic qualities. One is you have to be full of suspense. You have to create suspense, you have to create a thrill while writing stories or while telling stories. Secondly, if your stories are connected to real life situations, then people will be very interested to listen to you and to read your stories. Thirdly, you need to exaggerate. Exaggerate means keep on saying more and more. Be as creative as possible. Okay, the more you can say your story, build around your point or your plot, the more you can build around your plot, the more interesting, the more creative you will sound. And the fourth most important point is you have to be very connected to the reader. Personal bonding has to be there with the reader. Then only your stories will be like, oh, everybody will feel like listening to your story for many hours, right? So with this introduction, I'm now going to move on to the main story, Iswaran the Storyteller, with our core points highlighted again. The story begins with Mahendra. Mahendra happened to be a junior supervisor, and he was blessed with this asset. Blessed means he was with this asset he was favored with. Who was the asset? The asset was Iswaran. Now, what is Mahendra's introduction? Mahendra happened to be a junior supervisor. This is the profile that I have highlighted in a construction firm. And he used to work here and there, working for this construction firm. And now we move on to his asset. Who was his asset? Now, important question can be, how can you call Iswaran as his asset? Iswaran became his asset because he was uncomplaining. He never complained. Wherever Mahendra went, he also used to follow him blindly, like this. He used to follow him. And then he used to cook for him, he used to wash his clothes, and at night he used to be out with his lovely stories. For hours, Mahendra used to listen to his stories with undivided attention. His stories were so interesting. And you'll see how he started with his stories. His stories were influenced by the Tamil authors that he read. So, to say or to become a very good storyteller, you need to read a lot. And maybe whoever you like, whichever author you like, that author might influence your way of storytelling. And here we find Iswaran was influenced by the Tamil authors. And so, how it was influenced, he used to exaggerate. Like if supposing a leafy branch was lying on the road, and Iswaran never called it a leafy branch. He used to describe in his story like a bushy animal spread all across the road. Here we have got a new word, sprawled. S-P-R-A-W-L-E-D. Sprawled means lying across. Okay. Another synonym for sprawled is eagle spread. E-A-G-L-E, eagle spread. So he will express a simple leafy branch like a bushy animal. So this is the way he used to tell his stories. Now we move on to one important story of a tusker. This story of a tusker he had shared with Mahendra because he felt that it is a very interesting story because he was able to kill the tusker. He was able to kill the tusker. The tusker had attacked his school, and when he was there in his school, he was in the classroom, he had attacked the tusker back. How he attacked the tusker? With the help of a ruler. And how he killed the tusker? With the help of Japanese art. Now he hit the tusker in such a position that the beast looked stunned for a moment. Then it shivered. Then it shivered means it was shaking from head to toe, and it collapsed. It became unconscious. So he was able to make the tusker unconscious with the help of a ruler. So it was a great talent, a great achievement, and so he shared the story with with Mahendra, his master. And now we move on to a ghost story. Lastly, he came up with a ghost story, and in the ghost story he developed a character, a cloudy shape of a woman, a ghost. Okay, and that woman was seen frequently on every moonlit night. That woman used to appear in front of Iswaran, and she used to carry a bundle in her hands, and that bundle belonged to a fetus. You know the fetus, unborn baby. So that woman used to carry that unborn baby up in the air, looking up towards the moon. Now if you and me listen to the story, obviously we might feel a bit scared. Now Mahendra did not pay any attention. He was not at all scared. He just enjoyed the story. But afterwards, what happened? He took the story to his mind. So this kind of stories, we should not be taking too much to the mind. But he took the story to his mind, and he saw on one moonlit night there was a cloudy form in front of his window holding up a bundle of figure like that, just in the way Iswaran had told him. So he was so scared, he immediately shut the window and he fell back on his bed, hoping for some kind of relief. The next day, he was ready to put down his paper and leave the place. So storytelling is absolutely an art. You have to take the reader, you have to transport the reader to your storyland, to your wonderland, so that the reader feels, the reader imagines, the reader senses your story. So that is all for now. I hope you'll go through the whole chapter, read the chapter, go through the important points, and if you're having any doubts, so my ma'am is always waiting for you, right? That's all. Take care, stay blessed, stay happy, children.